close. Such grace, such majesty.
It's fair to say that Beasts of Winter has some high expectations following the RPG of the year, Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. And while Beasts of Winter certainly follows the hallmarks of what made the base game great, with its blistering blizzards and its quippy one-liners, it's also a piece of content that falls a little bit short. You might even say that it left me feeling a bit cold. But it's got nothing to do with the story, because that's actually pretty good. See, in Beasts of Winter, it all begins with an invitation to the religious village of Harbinger's Watch from Vatnia, who is a priest godlike who can later become a companion in your party if you so wish. Harbinger's Watch is actually set upon an iceberg and is being preserved by the frosty white void as a portal to the beyond is very close by. But this has also given a gateway to a ferocious dragon who is known as the Messenger, and this dragon regularly slaughters the villagers in a bizarre ritual. Perceived as the famed Dusk Speaker, the Watcher is prophesied as the one to restore order and balance. And when it soon becomes clear that things cannot stay as they are in Harbinger's Watch, the Watcher's penchant for leaving lots of death and destruction behind them certainly makes it seem as if they're the champion for the job. Now, Beast of Winter certainly starts out with a bang as you confront the dragon, but it's in learning more about what's happening in Harbinger's Watch, and beyond that actually makes Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire's first DLC most interesting. Indeed, there's some varied puzzle solving to suit individual sections in the game, though to discuss it is quite spoilerific, and players will have an excellent amount of choice available to them throughout, but they will also learn a lot more about notable characters and their histories. For example, selecting your party is as important as everything else because individual characters you've met in Deadfire will either have more or less to say about the surroundings based on their past, class, and race. Dialogue choices can also lead to some witty back and forth exchanges, but equally put you in a difficult position that can completely change the outcome of the situation you find yourself in. Now, this variety in content absolutely lends itself to another run through with different characters, as you're almost guaranteed a different experience each time around. The thing is, the puzzle solving isn't especially taxing, which is fine because it means you get back to the quality writing all the quicker, but the overall content actually felt uncharacteristically short for a DLC. I breezed through Beasts of Winter in one very short sitting and actually found it all ended quite abruptly. To make matters worse, while I collected a lot of equipment and items, most of what I had equipped coming onto the island stayed on me when I left it. True, the story reaches a natural conclusion, and it certainly shouldn't be prolonged for the sake of it, as it's actually very effective the way it is now. And admittedly, there's a side quest or two to play through, but they don't really fill things out too much. And considering the size and the scope of Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, I did find the DLC quite measly in comparison. But what is here has been packed though. The Watcher's continued relationship with the gods is explored, the frozen expanses are seen, given more of a backstory to the events in Deadfire Archipelago, all while adding a new multi-class character. But despite some of the awesome battles that you really get to have in Beasts of Winter, there's not too many memorable moments here, or at least anything on par with or better than moments that you find in the base game. Still, Beasts of Winter is an absolutely fine piece of DLC. It made me chuckle a few times, I really enjoyed the major battles, and the game looks stunning as ever. Most importantly though, I was gripped from beginning to end, even if that was particularly short. I was just very surprised by how sudden and abruptly it all ended, and how little my characters got to benefit from the new items on the island. While the stakes are obviously higher than normal, Beasts of Winter just felt like a slightly longer quest that had been added to my journal rather than a new expansion. It was really nice to revisit Deadfire for an afternoon, but it's just such a shame that even the game didn't feel like there was much to digest at the end of it, and was more than happy to move along with me. So to summarize, on the pro side, there are some real epic scale battles in here with larger than life adversaries, a really interesting and effective new character, there's a well told story which provides intriguing insight into lore and offers some surprising choices for the player. There are really beautiful designs and landscapes to behold, and nice content variety which ensures different playthroughs with different characters. On the cons, the content does end quite abruptly and it is all over very quickly, which is a bit of a surprise and slight disappointment. And I didn't find much equipment to replace what I already had when I was expecting to get some really cool new gear from this expansion. And while there are some nice additions, you might already have better on you already. But we decided to give Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire's first DLC, Beast of Winter, 7 out of 10. And we tested this on a PC. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, we're going to aim to give you reviews on the other 2 pieces of DLC for Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire as they become available. And of course, we've got other DLC reviews, news, trailers, and previews on the channel. So be sure to check those out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.